Yeah.
There's no point even trying anymore now. We're over, we're done, I want to emigrate. Those things need to stop. You do your bit, and hopefully they'll see you doing your bit. You might inspire them to do their bit. And then if you've got 40 million people all doing their bit, that's a lot of change coming down the path. I was writing the book and thought, this is all good, this is great, people need to know this. But I can't write this, accuse all men of being weak, and then not tell them what they need to do and how to be part of the solution.
Yeah.
That would be unfair. And there's no point me telling people, like, what you need to do is set up a political party and you need to get voted into parliament, or well,
because it's not going to happen.
it's not going to happen. So why am I telling people things that are just so out of their reach?
It's more platitudes, and that's
Exactly.
all we fucking hear.
So the last chapter of the book is all about how you as an individual, how you as a normal person living in this country, with basically, you don't need an education, you don't need money, you don't how you as a citizen can start doing things to improve the country. So the first thing is what you need to do about yourself. So you need to be more positive. You need to stop criticising the country for no reason. You can critique the country, of course you can. We've got loads of problems, but things like this country's finished.
Yeah.
There's no point even trying anymore now. We're over, we're done. I want to emigrate. Those things need to stop, because the more you say it, the more you'll believe it, and the more you believe it, then you're just one less soldier we've got fighting this fight.
Yeah.
Plus, people around you hear you.
Yeah.
And when you're then passing on your negativity to them, so they're slightly more depressed now. They feel the fight's not happening, because what's the point of fighting? You aren't fighting, and you're probably right, you're probably country. So you're infecting other people with your negativity, and it's contagious. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. What's the point of fighting? It's all over. And then things get worse. Well, I knew they were going to get worse. Well, that's because you didn't do anything about it. So start being positive with your friends and with yourself. Start learning about the country, its history, what it's achieved, and talk to your friends about it. Talk about how we created the internet, the World Wide Web. Talk about, certain historic characters, how we ended the slave trade. Read some books. If you're not a book reader, go watch some good films. Some of my favourite films are like Zulu, Elizabeth. There's many historic films, and new films about Churchill.
Yeah.
And take some pride out of that.
That's probably the only good thing about cinema in the last 10 years is there has been some good Churchill films.
Yes, yeah.
It's the only good thing.
It's the only good thing.
One of the best films ever done, I don't know if you've watched this film, with Peter O'Toole, Lawrence of Arabia.
Never seen it, no.
You must watch it. It's one of the most beautifully filmed films you'll ever see. How they captured the desert the way they did. It's a very good film, and it shows how we were using the nomads in the Arabian Peninsula to fight the Ottomans during the First World War. Fantastic film.
Right.
Very entertaining, but that's a great film. All these things you start watching and you go, do you know what? We've done amazing things.
Yeah.
And then talk to your family and friends about it. If you've got children, make sure they know their history. Get a calendar and start marking some of the important dates on, so you can educate your children, or have a local family party about it, like VE Day, Dunkirk, and then the 1066 Battle of Hastings. All put some dates in, so when it comes, you might want to do something special for you, your children, or your local community, and make sure we celebrate these dates and understand why that date's important. And then join a political party. I'm not telling people which one to join, but join a party and start voting, because we live in a democracy. It's the only power you have is your vote.
Yeah.
And over the last 50 years, the elite have convinced us sneakily that your vote doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you vote. It makes no difference. We're going to get what we want anyway. And the people went, well, I'm not going to vote then. We spent hundreds of years trying to get the vote, and the second we get it, they convince you it's worthless. If it was worthless, they wouldn't mind you having it, would they?
Yeah, they wouldn't try and convince you that it's not. Yeah.
So use your vote. At the last general election, 40% of the people in the country who could vote didn't vote.
Yeah. Wild numbers.
Labour won the election on 33%. 40% of the people didn't even vote. That means if they all got together, they'd have won the general election. Your vote matters. And then convince your family and friends to vote. And then there's more in the last chapter of the book about what you can do as an individual.
Yeah.
And it's small things, because all I want from you is you to take responsibility for you. Don't worry about your neighbours. Don't worry about everybody else. Don't give up because they're not doing their bit. You do your bit, and hopefully they'll see you doing your bit. You might inspire them to do their bit. And then if you've got 40 million people all doing their bit, that's a lot of change coming down the path. That's a lot of patriots wanting a better world. And again, don't moan that other people aren't doing their bit. Concentrate on you and make sure you do your bit. That's all you're in charge of. That's all you've got control over, is what you can do. And then hopefully others will do their bit. That's the start.
Yeah.
There is no simple answers. There is no magic wand. There is no lever I can pull. All we can do as individuals is what we can do. And then we rely on other English men and women to do their bit.
Mate, I'm really sorry that you wasted your greatest speech on this podcast. That was awesome.
That was great.
That was really inspiring.
Yeah.